What's happening in the world, y'all just so busy paying attention to what y'all going through, and then when you start looking out at what everybody else is going through, you be like, man, somebody gotta talk about it. You know, if somebody gotta be about it, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? So, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? S2C'S podcast on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Michael Todd on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Invite, listen, subscribe, share, all of that. But we're gonna touch on them eventually. But we're gonna get into we're gonna have some song playing tonight. We're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, some clip playing tonight. We're gonna get off into a lot of subjects because a lot of stuff I can't get into by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have some help from the Breakfast Club, and they go get into it. You know, shout out to DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, and Jess Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, they're doing an amazing job over there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, a lot of things are disturbing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we get into prior to relationships, and we just look at the physical outlook of that person and whatever that person is, you know what I'm saying? We don't get into the mental of that person, we don't get a chance to, well, I ain't gonna say we don't. Today, they don't get off of it. Everything is physical now. Ain't nothing mental. Ain't nothing looking at the mental makeup of that person or how they used to be or what they used to be about or how they about. Everybody's jumping off straight off into physical looks because 9 times out of 10 is if you can smash or not, or if you wouldn't mind smashing that person or not, or if you want to allow that person to smash ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's all of that nowadays. We ain't gonna get too deep off into, like, you know what I'm saying, the relationship stuff about it, you know what I'm saying, but we're gonna get off into the relationship on how to men. Y'all youngsters out there, see, y'all don't forget, y'all old school. I got the keys to 50. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't understand how to court anymore, how to court a woman, or how to have a woman's mental capacity transferred to your well-being, to where she want to pay attention to you, or just in case she might be going through something, and if she ain't going through nothing, you know what I'm saying, or if she going through something and she ain't got no outlet, you gotta be her outlet. But we gonna get off into that later on. But I'm gonna talk about all of that later on. But first I'm gonna get off into some crazy stuff that y'all out here doing now is crazy. But I wanna say RIP, you know what I'm saying, to a man, had a good man, had a great career ahead of him. To RIP to Marshawn Nealon from Dallas Cowboys. He took his own life, you know what I'm saying. We finna get off into that first. We'll talk about that first. Well, I'm gonna let, you know what I'm saying, the Breakfast Club talk about it, you know what I'm saying, because it's, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy the way things, I mean, it don't matter how much money you got, that mental is always gonna be, you know what I'm saying, there. You can have all that money, and as soon as you're going through something, you know what I'm saying, this man died at 24 years old, he ain't got to live his life. But I'm gonna let the Breakfast Club, I'm gonna allow them to tell you the situation first. Because this stuff is crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll follow back up after that. We'll get off into it. I'm gonna keep y'all about an hour and some change. So now look, go get your popcorn, go get your stuff, because we still gonna be in for a ride.
What's up? It's Lauren Rosa letting you know that when it comes to accident or injury,
everything that's going on right now,
whether it's a car wreck,
you think it don't matter? Oh, it matters. Because your children, if you got children, you bring in a single man into your household, or if you got a single woman into your household or whatever, that's going through something that they ain't fixed yet, and they might have that platform, you know what I'm saying, but some things you gotta pay attention to.
All right, so before we get into the
Here we go.
conversation, since just to sit down with GQ, I did want to take a moment to send an RIP to Marshawn Nealon, who was a Dallas Cowboys defensive end, who passed away. It was announced by the team yesterday that he passed away at age 24. So the team released a statement. They say it is with extreme sadness that the Dallas Cowboys share that Marshawn Nealon tragically passed away this morning. Now TMZ is reporting exclusively following some dispatch audio that they received from a 911 call that Marshawn died after an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound while going through a mental health episode. So according to the report and according to the 911 audio, he had been texting his girlfriend some disturbing messages. So she got on the phone with police. She was also trying to get in contact with his agent. She let police know that his girlfriend right away that, you know, he suffers with mental health issues and that he was armed. And she said to police, you know, he'll end it all. Like she was trying to get help to him. He also group texted his family, according to this 911 call, and said goodbye. So, you know, just a very sad situation altogether.
And they don't know why, what got him to that point?
Well, before, no, they don't know why what got him to this point. That no reports that I see. But before all of this, police in the area were trying to pull him over for a traffic stop, and he fled from police. The police then found his car. He wasn't in the car, and then they found his body later at a porta potty. But we don't know, what may have,
Right.
And with mental health, it's just so sensitive. You don't know. But yeah, the team, the NFL and the team were also calling police. You hear that on the dispatch audio as well. Them trying to also get him help as well too. So, just a sad situation. So I just wanted to take some time to send an RIP to him and some comfort, to his family.
Condolences to his family.
Yes.
Some help. Like I know we talk about. I know Shard's a big advocate for mental health, but like it needs to be, when they get drafted and things like that, is it like it needs to be like an evaluation, not like to keep them from playing, but get them therapy so they can always be okay, they're mental, because a lot of men, a lot of young guys too, they don't talk about it. Like, I mean, it's in the conversation now, but they don't talk about their feelings that they have behind closed doors and things like that, because it could have been prevented had he gotten help. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know exactly what help he was or wasn't getting. It does seem like everyone in his close circle knew, and the team, because the team was also calling police and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly what they were doing, but it is like you said, it's just when people are going through these things, they need it's so real, and you never know what people are going through.
Right.
Never. Well, shifting gears, in other news, so we did a report sometime back.
And I just want y'all to understand this right here. Talk to your person, man. Talk to the person that you love. Talk to the person that you're going in a relationship with. Give them understanding about you. Talk to them whether they like it or not, because I open up the doors every time and be like, look, I'm gonna tell you this, that, blah, just skip it about me. And I'm gonna allow you to decide if you wanna fuck with me or not, because I know I was going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, by going through what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying, you gotta allow that person, if they gonna fuck with you or not, be there. But a lot of us nowadays, like I said, we look into the physical aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do, but I need y'all to kind of pay attention to because y'all got children out here, and y'all got men, desperate men out here that's looking at y'all, shaking y'all ass, wearing these little thin shit on panties, and look, I understand times is hard. Y'all doing this shit for what y'all doing it for. Y'all doing it to, you know what I'm saying, because this is the new wave of the clicks to get some money. $200, $300, $400, $500, you know what I'm saying, on top of your paycheck. Yeah, because a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all want to post and stuff like that. We see your house, we see your cars, we see you hurting, but you look good as hell on that. But that shit don't matter, because the baby's probably at school, daycare, whatever, while you doing this. And you are inviting that chaos into your home. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna play y'all a clip, you know what I'm saying, from his donkey of the day. Ooh. And y'all think it's crazy, but it's real. And y'all think it ain't real, that anything can't happen to y'all? I'm gonna show y'all, man, because this right here, and this is an ex. They done broke up and everything. But I'm gonna start my little thing off by this right here. This is Charlamagne Donkey Today Breakfast Club. Shout out to them. I do not own the rights to the music or the situation or the Breakfast Club, so.
Breakfast Club.
Y'all ain't paying attention to the Breakfast Club, man. Check them out because they give you a lot of information on what you need.
Man, Charlamagne, you giving donkey today to who now?
What do you mean when you on Twitch and it says level 2 completed? Now it's saying level 3. What's that mean? It's a video game?
I don't know.
I don't know about that Twitch.
Donkey today for Monday, November 3rd goes to a man from Maine named Harrison Coleman. Okay, Harrison is 50 years old and he is facing multiple charges this morning after he was accused of kidnapping his ex-girlfriend and threatening to kill her if she did not do what he asked her to do. What did he ask her to do? What task was he telling her to perform? And if she didn't do it, he would kill her. Well, hold on, let me put the news report. Let's go to ABC 8 for the report, please.
Auburn police arresting Harrison Coleman on Wednesday, charging him with kidnapping his ex-girlfriend and threatening to kill her if she did not steal items from the Walmart for him. Officials say Coleman assaulted her, forced her into his car, and drove to the store. The woman told employees she'd been threatened, and one of those employees approached an Auburn police officer who was working a security detail at the store. Coleman was taken into custody after police found him in his car. He is being held without bail until he faces a judge.
I hate humans. I have a philosophy and it's rooted around the whole your thoughts become things mindset, and I truly believe that the things you want to happen in your life, you should always think about and you should speak about constantly. But the things you don't want to happen in your life, you don't think about, you don't speak about. But when you see stories like this, man, the first thing you think about is protecting the women in your life, right? The first thing you think about is how to keep women in your life safe, because you don't ever want them to be in a situation like this, because the reality is we can't control the crazy of other human beings, all right? Or the desperation of other human beings. But you know what's so scary about this situation? This man wasn't trying to get no money. He wasn't trying to sexually assault this woman. This man wanted her to steal specific items for him from Walmart. Okay, did you listen to us the last hour when we had people calling in explaining how the government shutdown is impacting them? People are hurting out here. Okay, I'm not making any excuses for what this man did. He's got to deal with the consequences of his actions. But I'm just telling you that for the foreseeable future, we're going to hear a lot more of these types of crimes. Now, I don't judge people for what they do when they're in survival mode, because I understand they're just trying to survive. But you know who does judge you for what you do when you're in survival mode? The judge. Okay, I know desperate times call for desperate measures, but please understand these desperate measures are also going to get you a whole lot of time. Okay, only thing I want to tell folks is please don't let your survival turn predatory. Okay, because survival doesn't justify your crime. All right, desperation and lack can mutate into abuse and exploitation real quick. And that's what this story is an example of. America, I'm telling you right now, you are going to see a lot of economic stress, a lot of economic survival turn into emotional violence like this. Okay, I don't know if this man was trying to get these items to resell. Maybe he needed them to live. All I know is when people can't provide for themselves, they take from others. Okay, emotionally and materially. All right, the more a man feels useless or powerless, the more he may assert control over the people closest to him. And that's not excusing this man's abuse in any way, shape, or form. I'm just putting into context the larger American mental health and economics collapse crisis, okay? Because Harrison wasn't just violent, he was clearly desperate. And desperation, left untreated, turns human need into human harm. America, these are the monsters that you are currently creating. Okay, when the system fails to feed the hungry start feeding on each other. Please give Harrison Coleman the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. You are.
The other thing I was thinking, what if Harrison was just giving her a ride? And he took her to Walmart and she went in there and started stealing. And she got she said this guy out there made me do it. I'm just saying.
But y'all, I'm telling y'all.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's just a donkey today from the Breakfast Club. I mean, this right here is in our life. This is happening around us as we speak. That person that you hollered at or gave your phone number to or gave some kind of something like, oh, you into me type feel, and then wind up being an ex. You can get kidnapped at any given time by these pedophiles, by these persons that is only thinking about them. But like I say, the YNs versus what we went through back in the day. See, we didn't have all this bullshit. We had it, but it wasn't exploited like this. We didn't do it. This right here is coming a random. It's starting to occur all the time. It's starting to occur like every week. This was out of what, Maine? This right here it's happening everywhere that we look at. I mean, if y'all can't get y'all shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. Sometimes it's okay to be by yourself. Trust me, it's okay to be by yourself. You're looking for that person to get with, some person to help you out. Some people can't help you out. They're gonna harm you versus help you. And then that person that you looking for to help you, you probably don't even want that person to help you because of the way they look. You know what I'm saying? You probably won't give them the time of day or whatever. But you want to go out and get this motherfucker that look like, you know what I'm saying, $1 million. Y'all think y'all finna creep up on the come up. Y'all finna creep up on the downfall and creep up on some jail time or obituary. Telling y'all, man, look, y'all gotta get y'all shit together, man. I mean, like I said, man, look, I got a slew of things to get into, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? Her and Stephon Diggs, they having a boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that for y'all too, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can hear that, you know what I'm saying? Because that right there is beautiful that you can move on from your past and keep moving and grow and keep doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because don't let your past dictate. Don't let your past dictate what you're finna do in the future. And see, a lot of these people, a lot of the YNs, I done heard plenty of stories like, oh man, that's a YN, man. Oh no, I'm gonna let him go and do what I'm doing, man. Fuck him up. I'm from Preston Taylor. Ain't no fear in my heart whatsoever. And a lot of people from P-Town, ain't no fear. West Side, Nashville, Tennessee, that's what we did. See, back in the day, it was called West Dogs. You know what I'm saying? But being a youngin' back in the day, you don't allow somebody to dictate your life. You don't allow somebody to